And joining me now is Jim Mickler with the Texas Veterans Land Board, which is under the Texas General Land Office, as well as John Berkely representing the board's Texas State Veterans Homes. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. Veterans Day, thank you for your service. Have to say it, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So these homes, of course, provide affordable, long-term nursing care for Texas vets, their spouses, and Gold Star parents. Tell me, how important is it for these folks to have, a nice, warm place to stay?
Well,
that's affordable too.
Absolutely, it is an earned benefit.
Yeah.
And what we're so proud of is to be able to offer housing for 1,180 residents right now. That is our capacity. We average 95% occupancy in our homes.
Wow.
But most importantly, for our veterans, it is such an affordable option compared to the local economy. Our veterans on average pay less than $50 per day to stay in our home. Or out in the economy, you're talking $150 to $200 a day.
Wow.
And so we're very proud to offer that high quality service, all the types of therapy, physical, occupational, speech pathology, but also too because our homes are unique. They're 95% male, which compared to a regular nursing home is 95% female. We also offer different types of therapy such as equine therapy, art therapy, music therapy, really focusing on the individual veteran.
We just heard how Texas is going to, soon be home to the largest veteran population in the nation. So, for the Texas Veterans Land Board is just caring for vets, especially as the population continues to grow. So critical for y'all?
It really is, Since 1946, we've done everything we can to make sure that veterans know three things. Number one, know what you qualify for. Number two, we're going to teach you how to apply for it. And last but not least, we're going to introduce you to the local advocates that can help you through the process. So important because a lot of times veterans have a lot of questions, but they'd rather ask somebody local that knows the local resources.
Right. And you said that, you guys have some help with loans and things like that?
That's correct. We do land loans, home loans, and home improvement loans for veterans throughout the state. And a veteran in the state of Texas is this. You're living in Texas, you serve 90 active duty days, and you got a discharge somewhere north of dishonorable. So we'll take all of the above.
When you think about elderly veterans who, aren't in these homes, how does that make you feel? Like maybe you think about someone who's just, hasn't been connected to resources, I guess, and maybe they're at home and they don't have much help there. How does that make you feel personally?
Well, as Jim Bob had alluded, one of our goals is to make sure we help them ask the right questions.
Yeah.
And see what types of services we can connect them to. A lot of times we may not have the answer for them, but we can at least steer them in the direction to go to find out where they can get the help that they need to maintain their independence or perhaps look at downsizing for a new facility or a new home. We're there for those reasons.
And what types of homes do you guys have? You have different sort of types or small environments versus larger? Or?
We have 8 veterans homes across the state of Texas, and they vary from the traditional format to our Tyler home, which was a new concept, which was the small house model, where we have 10 individual homes with 10 private rooms for the veterans there. And it really gives that small sense of community and a family-type setting for those residents there.
For you guys to be doing this work, as vets and to be able to be helping vets, how does that make you feel?
It gets you up in the morning. It really does. It's such a neat thing. My dad was a vet as well, and he didn't live long enough to partake of these particular type services, but just knowing the guys that served at the same time during Korea, I'm getting a chance to help them out, and it does, you don't feel getting all swelled up about it, but the thing that we're running into is that fewer and fewer people are really looking into all the things that veterans can have.
Yeah.
And that is what is so important. PTSD is such a tough thing nowadays. It doesn't just affect those that are coming home now after this last conflict.
Yeah.
It affects those that came home after World War II. We just didn't know what to call it.
And we didn't talk about it.
Korea, Vietnam, we didn't talk about it. And John's program is so beneficial in that, there are 625,000 veterans in the state of Texas that are over 65. We can't build homes fast enough, so we've got to figure out other ways to help them with the problems that I just talked about, as well as the other challenges they run into.
And I have to assume just being in a setting where they have, so many friends that they can talk to must be helpful.
It is, and again, it's that commonality of experience. Also, based on our working with the veterans and working with the staff that work in those homes, we realized something was missing, and so 2 years ago, Commissioner Bush, 4 years ago actually, working with him and his team, we proposed developing our own post-traumatic stress program. And I have two wonderful staff members, Kathy Johan, Sarah Rodriguez. They put together a program, talked to experts all across the country, actually won the Optima Award from Long-Term Care Living magazine, and we've trained every staff member that works in our home. We've trained across the state, across the country, sharing this. In fact, we're going to be working with Health and Human Services Commission, training their staff as well.
Oh, I love that.
Good program.
Definitely. What if people, want to help you guys all out? They want to volunteer their time. How can they do so?
Your time is the most valuable thing that you have.
Yeah.
And each one of these people that are in our homes, yes, they have family, but a lot of times the family can't be there for this function or that function, and just developing a relationship. Believe me, both of you will greatly, greatly benefit from that relationship. It's honor flight. If you take one of our veterans and go on an honor flight with them, 36-hour whirlwind trip, come back, and it's just like you got another uncle, or you got another big brother.
Yeah.
And so it's those. Your time is the most important thing you can actually contribute to us.
Yeah.
And two things to remember. One, that only 1% of the United States has actually served in the military. That's a very small number, and what the rewards that we have received from that.
Right.
But also too, we have the honor of working with heroes every day, and to hear their stories and their experiences. And I mean, some of them are just tremendous stories, and they're so nonchalant. Well, that was my job. That's what we were told to do, and so we did it.
We're so thankful for them. What's happening today in those homes on Veterans Day for them? Special celebrations happening?
It goes from picnics to parades to musical entertainment. It's going to be the full gamut, and we encourage the public to go out to our homes, and if they have the opportunity, go in, thank a veteran, experience that culture that's within those homes. It's a great thing.
And we thank both of you again for your service, and thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you very much.
And up next.